Greetings. Once again, it's your brother, Elder Blacklight, talking about the Supreme Being, the greatest, Muhammad Ali, and Uncle Sam. Ali was an angel of the Supreme Being. And he probably didn't know it. He probably didn't know that he had that much attention given to him by the Supreme Being, Master Farad Muhammad. See, out of sight, out of mind. We don't see a thing for a minute, we forget about it. And we've been in a battle ever since we got on the shores of America, our ancestors, on up to now, here in America. And we've been held back because the government, all the Caucasians with clout know who the black man really is, except the black man. Now, this is a critical time because never before have the government been shutting down, cutting off a whole lot of income, sources of income, due to the fact of a coronavirus. Never before have black people been in a position where they depend on the government to eat. Now, I want to ask a question right about now. What about Joe Biden and his run for president? Suppose he mess around and catch the virus. That'll be deep. But the reason why I want to go back and highlight Muhammad Ali and his bout with George Foreman is because at that particular time, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad didn't want brothers to fight in the sports or play any kind of sports, really. So he didn't want Ali to fight because he didn't want blacks, young blacks to get involved in those kind of type sports, because if you look at it, it's the extension of the Roman Empire, and but that's the only way brothers can make money. Now, even if you're a dope man, the dope gonna dry up. You watch and see, because all the borders gonna be shut down. See, even illegal drugs and illegal money, the government run that too. They don't want to go and get it. The government got their hand in everything. Death, when you die, you're going to have to pay somebody. This is not the land of the free, but it is the home of the slave. And so you never prepared yourself. We never prepared ourselves. I'm included in this, to have an alternative, because the government controls the banks. They can freeze your account, like the lady was saying. They could cut off your lights and your gas and your water. You're at their mercy in a way, unless you come up with another strategy. Now, if you don't do the government's bidding, and you are out there by yourself, they don't want nobody to miss you. Just for example, if I come up missing, you don't see me on the screen no more. You know, it won't be no questions asked. Don't nobody know who I am. You know. Now, even when Prince came up dead, or when some of our other uh, brothers and sisters that's in the limelight, when they come up dead, it's not too many questions asked. You know, people that say, "Oh wow, they killed him because of this and that and the other." But this fight here woke me up to what this fight was really about, because it was over there in Africa, and not too long after this fight, uh, Ali started really falling apart after he won that fight from Spinks, and he fought Holmes. People said that Parkinson, he caught it from a government agency. We don't know for sure. This just was talk. But then, that's when Wallace, the messenger's son, took over the nation. And Farrakhan went with him. Muhammad Ali went with him. Muhammad Ali was a very important figure to the youth at that time, to the world, when he went with Wharf Dean. So he brought a whole lot of brothers with him, a whole lot of sisters with him. And where we at now is we don't have the capacity that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad was building up. He had plans for a hospital, black hospital, but he wanted scientists, young scientists. And he would have got all of that. And Ali would have been going around to the college campuses, pulling in our brilliant scientists. We don't have that now. So, you know, we using this fight to show you how we can win this fight that we in. A lot of your brothers and sisters going to bow to this new system that's coming out. You know, the money. You know, this money. A lot of them gonna need this money because they're gonna give it right back. Even if you buy gold, and gold become the standard again, you're gonna get it right back because you gotta pay light, gas, or whatever. But they got technology out there now that you don't need to be on the grid. They got solar panels. You can make your own fish farms, but the government gonna want their slice. Now this is what we gotta put a stop to. Remember this, didn't the government, when they had the Revolutionary War, wasn't they, you could say, slaves up under Great Britain, and Britain was charging them a whole lot of money on taxes, and then they had the Boston Tea Party. A lot of you probably ain't even up on that. Get up on it though. Well, you know, when Muhammad Ali was one of the first to bring multi-millions of dollars to the fight game, but how much did he have to pay in taxes? Why should he have to pay taxes since we were former slaves anyway? And this is what the messenger had on the back of his Muhammad Speaks newspaper. We should be exempt from taxes. You know. So it was a whole lot of political activity going on with Trump being trying to be impeached, with Epstein, one of Trump's running buddies, being murdered, mysteriously come up dead, and there's a whole lot of things that's happening at one time. Trump being accused of collaborating with Russians, and people was beginning to think about these things. So right now, you should be like a rope-a-dope. Just roll with the punches for a minute. But on the down low, be coming together, networking, doing that hood research, getting block clubs, you know. And then when he done threw all his weapons at us, we talk about that a little bit more. But I'm gonna go round by round with you on this fight to show you the genius of Muhammad Ali. You know, he didn't take as much punishment on this fight as he did with Joe Frazier. Joe Frazier gave him a hard time, but George Foreman didn't give him no hard time, because it's the punch that you don't see that knocks you out. My last video, I said the punch that you see. It's the punch that you don't see that knocks you out. George Foreman throws his punch so wide and slow that he could brace himself and roll with the punch. So we also going to get back into the Supreme Wisdom strategy. But Ali was given, him and the Honorable Elijah Muhammad was giving the government a hard way to go. This was one of the, almost a knockout blow when Ali didn't get inducted into the Army. This is Black Light. We'll come back later.